Hello everyone. So I have decided to expand my YouTube channel. Now apart from teaching and helping students, my objective is to educate people as well. Why? Because we all are a part of one ecosystem. We live in a society, we are paying taxes, we are earning income. So it is mandatory for us to learn and to share knowledge of economics. So welcome to the very first episode of Econ Inside Beyond the Classroom. So since this is our very first episode, our discussion today will be related to one of the most important issues that we see in the world today, that is Palestine and Israel war. Now, before moving into that, let's take a look at a brief history. So, the Zionist movement, it was founded by Theodore Herzl in 19th century, whose objective was for Jews to have a separate independent state in Middle East. And after World War I, when they came to Palestine, they slowly and gradually took control over whole Palestine, and by 1948, they had their own separate independent state. And United States of America was the first country to recognize Israel as a separate independent state in the United Nations. So if we talk about the current economic condition of Israel during this war, it is estimated that $51 billion has been invested by Israel on its ammunition, on its defense mechanism, on its army, on the Iron Dome that it has. So since this war is against people, against the occupation, so Muslims and non-Muslims around the globe have boycotted Israeli products such as Coke, Pepsi, McDonald's, KFC. As a result, these brands have lost their share value, and the stock market in Israel has fallen. GDP of Israel is estimated to be $564 billion by the year end, and Israel is expected to lose the business activity over the next decade, which is estimated to be around $400 billion. And since there is less movement of tourism in and out of Israel, this has also negatively affected the shekel, that is Israel's currency, negatively. And if we further go into detail, war brings consequences. People, they lose their job, they lose the standard of living, and there is problems such as poverty that comes to rise. A crime rate will increase in the next few years to come. Now, if we talk about Israel's recovery, there's a lot of complications involved when we talk about recovery of one economy. But since to sum up the concepts and to summarize them, Israel needs to go for short-term economic growth policy, which is a fiscal policy. Now, what fiscal policy is that the government can reduce direct taxes on income, and government can increase government spending. As a result, if direct tax falls, then to explain it simply, if government reduces direct taxes, the income level, the disposable income of people will rise. As a result, their spending will increase. Once spending increases, production will increase. Once production increases, more people will get hired. As a result, unemployment will fall in the economy, which further leads to multiplier effect. And if I talk about government spending involves spending on schools, research and development, on infrastructure, on technology, subsidies, reduction in direct taxes. So government can use these policies for short-term economic growth. There is another policy for short-term economic growth, that is monetary policy, which means that government can increase money supply to reduce interest rate in the economy. So what is the link between money supply and interest rate? You don't need to know about that, because I'm trying to keep it simple. I'm not trying to make a video just for economics students, but for everyone, and for everyone to understand. So government can reduce interest rate. As a result, people will borrow more from banks, they will take more loans, they will invest in businesses, they will invest on houses, they will invest more. As a result, economy will recover itself from recession to boom once again, and there will be recovery seen in the economy. Now, if we talk about long-term policies, since the long-term policy is the best policy for future as well, the long-term policy Israeli government can use is a supply-side policy, which means that government can spend more on trying to produce more capital goods. Capital good means machinery and research and development and goods like that, producer goods. So government can invest more on infrastructure, on research and development, on high-end machinery, if government wants to go for a long-term economic growth. But again, what I think is that since the war has Israel and Palestine for 75 years, Palestine will have to start from zero again. because they are completely destroyed. But as for Israel will be looking for short-term policies to recover itself because the value of shekel has fallen, the GDP is falling, and the business activity is falling. So it will be better for Israeli government to look for short-term policies rather than go for long-term policies. So this was the very first discussion that we did in Econ Insight Beyond the Classroom. So follow this channel, subscribe, and hit the like button and share with your friends for more videos and more updates.